listening, right? So, hi everyone. Welcome to the first DAW AMA. It's been a great few weeks, hasn't it, so far? We're excited to be here.
Yes, I just want to add, just before we start, that one of our co-hosts that was supposed to be here with you, so she has real life. It happens as well, real life incident. So she's not able to join us, but she will next time.
Yeah.
Oh, she's here.
She's here.
Hello. Yeah.
Oh.
Awesome. Everyone, so she's here. Hi. Doing right. Awesome. Thank you all for jumping in. We've got loads of questions that came into the AMA channel, so thank you so much for many. There's a lot of them, so we're not going to be able to answer obviously every single one, but we're going to try and really answer the questions in the most wholesome and real way, because we've heard you guys, we see what you're all saying, and we really want to give you guys those answers that you want, so I mean, should we do it? Answer some of these questions that are on the channel?
For questions.
I mean, about all in all, so and 40% marks, and what's happened at the first 10% or 20%. So we're moving with things, and we said that on the spaces on Monday, and we reiterate that here. So there was a question on here that Seven Yati asked. What are you most excited for, short term, medium, and long term with DAW? Can we answer that one wholly?
Yes. It's a very good question. As the entire community knows, my goals are long term. I just want to make this point very clear. Long term in the NFT space is not years and not even a year or 1 year or 12 months. When I speak about long term in the NFT space, it's about 3, 4, 5 months max. Which in real life, if you compare it to the business world, 5 months it's not even the beginning. But having said that, I do have a few things that we are working on, which will be in the short term, very short term, in the next 2 weeks. I can share with you. We haven't announced it yet, although I understand. I mean, I do want to, to make more of a small announcements moving forward. But I did come out from the studio with the 2 DJs. I've heard their creation, so to say. It was an amazing experience. It will be, identified as a DAW. I think that the entire community will be very excited about. So and this will be in the next, very short term. The next 2 weeks, we are working to deliver or release it in the most professional way internationally, which take a bit of time, a matter of days. And probably as a lot of you have seen, we've opened the Art Basel channel. I wanted to, so this is coming up in the next 2 weeks. The reason that I've opened that is because I will be in Art Basel. I'll be in Miami in all the events, both the Art Basel and the Crypto Basel, so to say. We are now working on making sure that DAW will be presented there. All these events are so big that they're planned month and even a year ahead. So we are trying to see how we can integrate there. We have our people working on it right now, and we will know more in the coming days. But I will be there, and the reason that I've also opened that is because the channel is because I wanted to know which of our communities will also be there, so we can know with whom to interact and so on. We have a few things running up there. So that's about Art Basel in 2 weeks from now. I can also say that in the next week or 10 days, we will have our own, and we will announce it, of course, our own DAW merch store. As you all know, as I've said before, I wanted to do things differently than other ventures and projects. I wanted our merchandise to be of the highest quality and to collaborate with brands and businesses on that. And I understood that it will take a bit of time, a matter of weeks, but we will have, limited edition line of clothing and so on. It will be there with, known brands, but and it will take a bit of time, and because we want to make sure that all our community have their merchandise before Christmas, so we will implement our own merchandise store with high quality merchandise. It will happen in the next week or 10 days. We will announce, of course, about that. So this is the very short-term successes that we will have. And yeah, I'm very excited about Miami, and the music and the merch store. I think that our community will be very excited about that.
I mean, that's incredible. You guys, we were speaking about it on the Spaces, where we had a few questions asked about short-term goals and stuff like that, and it's important to really reiterate the fact that we're on a venture here. This is a venture. We're doing things differently, and it's with these things coming, doing them in a quality way. It takes time, and here we go. We're getting into things now, and they've got the merch coming soon. That's amazing. I'm sure a lot of people are going to enjoy what's in store for that. So. Yeah, looking forward to that, definitely. And then, the gardener himself, everyone, is going to be at Art Basel. So, guys, it's all coming in, and that's awesome. We're looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that.
Any community member that will be there, please, write in the Art Basel channel, so we know that we can communicate with you while you're there. It will be very cool and exciting events over there in general. So I hope to see you there.
Yeah, awesome. So now moving on, I got another thing that was quite a common question. It was in regards to marketing, I thought that would be a good point to speak about it, clear up a lot of questions that were put in there in regards to marketing. So what we've got planned and what's going on.
Wait, I just lost the channel. Yes, here I am. So about marketing, the NFT space is being done a bit differently. I mean, something that I've put a lot of thought on since the beginning, that we've even opened the Discord and social channels. I've been consulting a lot with so-called veterans, just when I entered the space of the NFT. So, and it's almost no venture, almost no project is doing, traditional marketing on if it's banners on websites and so on. It was perceived as if it's you're not as strong if you do that. Nowadays, I'm not sure that's the case anymore. I have a different opinion on that. I do think that in order to, and actually, when I started, and I told it a few times, I did use so-called influencers to promote the DAW brand. But quite quickly, I stopped because I didn't believe that this was the way of all those giveaways on Twitter. So I really understand that from the beginning. I do understand. I do think I don't understand. I'm learning all the time, but I do think that bringing some experience from and the way it's being done from the traditional world, so to say, to the NFT space would be a good idea. If Coca-Cola or Apple or the biggest brand in the world are doing promotions on TV or socials or radio even. I mean, there is no reason that we cannot. So we do have it in our to-do list. We are working on that. We do accept. I mean, we do welcome any ideas from the community. We do know that there are a couple of marketing people within our community, which our mods are in contact with, better than I do. And of course, I mean, there are lots of ideas, and we everything is written. We cannot accomplish everything right away, but as I said, it is in our to-do list. We welcome help, we welcome advice, and since we are 3 weeks old, so to say, we will try to implement everything as much as fast as possible.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'd like to second that as well. I will openly say I'm personally in talks as well with community members. Awesome people who have come forward from our community with stuff. So yeah, that's definitely in motion. That's awesome. So yeah, moving on. I think we've kind of got the Buddha marketing there, and let you guys know for sure. The next bit.
Wait, before you move on, I just want to say that anyone that have a question, so please raise your hand, and we will bring you, for live questions as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, bring up for live questions. Absolutely. So, in terms of the metaverse as well, there's a lot of talk about it, isn't there, at the moment, in regards to the metaverse, and of course, there's plans. Everyone has plans, to want to have some sort of involvement with the metaverse right now. I mean, let's be real. I want to be some way involved in it in the future. So, is there anything we like going on in terms of the metaverse? I mean, we've seen some activity recently on the metaverse from, I think, someone who owns a DAW, right?
Yeah, so that's a very good point as well. I mean, I think that we've started even before the drop. We had like a pre-drop party in the Decentraland. It was cool. It was nice. It was in collaboration with other projects, and also, as you mentioned, on the Sandbox, one of our community members, which has a huge plot over there, which worth about $3 million. He put his DAW on there, and if I'm not mistaken, it's still there, visible to everyone, which is amazing. Looking forward, and I think that, and we have been discussing this a lot. If we talk about long term and short term, I do think that the metaverse is a bit of a more long term. I think that even the computers of most of the people today are not strong enough in order to enjoy the metaverse experience. I do understand that it's better to acquire or to purchase land in the metaverse. Sooner than later, because the prices are already very high. Having said that, it's all about location, and I want to allocate the resources. If we have a roadmap, I do believe that the resources should be allocated first to things that will benefit the venture, short and long term, meaning month time, that will help us fulfill our goals in the near future. And then, but I can tell you that we are looking at it. I do understand the benefits of this. Again, I think that it will be a bit of long term to really enjoy those benefits on a real scale. It will take a bit of time.
Okay, great. Yeah, definitely. I think it's the metaverse is going to take time. Anyways, with all of the developments that are going on it.
We are there already. It happens. People are developing. I know even long before I started this project, there was a very famous gallery from Berlin that opened their own gallery there, and people went to an exhibition in there. I think that the experience, together with VR, with Oculus and so on, the experience will be much more correct or much more enjoyable a bit down the road. This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yes.
Archer, I have to say, I completely agree with you. And, I know a lot of people have raised concerns about, us not jumping on all of this metaverse stuff quickly. But I just want to say, one of the reasons that I bought into this project and I support what you're doing so much is because that isn't where I find value. And I know a lot of people in this community, that isn't where they find value right now, precisely because of what you said. Like, my computer, I can't even really play on Decentraland because I need a new computer. So,
yeah.
A lot of the things that you're doing are value added to our lives right now, which I think is a lot more valuable to a lot more people and get our brand to be more recognized much faster than if we were to focus solely on metaverse plans right now.
Yes, I agree.
So I just wanted to say that to the community as a whole, to keep that in mind.
And I can also tell you, that I'm speaking with big conglomerates, big companies. And they are also don't know exactly how to enter. I mean, those are companies with hundreds of millions and billions of dollars, and they haven't entered there yet. So I believe, and they are in the forefront of technology. So I believe that if they haven't, and we also have a bit of time in order so we can allow ourselves to do other things before, other things which I believe, as I said, and as you said, would be much more beneficial in the short, medium term.
Mr. Gabe, do we have a next question?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think it would be a good idea to let the community come up and actually ask questions. I think that would probably be a really good idea, because direct questions would probably be best. I think we've had so many questions, and I think we can continue to answer them, but I think it would be best if we actually get people up here and answering questions. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So if people wanna request to come up and ask some questions, go ahead. We'll try and do it in the best order possible.
And also, while we wait for members to raise their hands, I want to refer to Morgan and Gigi and ask you. As I understand, Morgan, you are quite new to this space, and I heard a lot of members in our community saying that our community in our Discord is very different than other places that they have engaging with, and that when they went to other Discords and asked questions, they were laughed at and so on, and they feel totally different here. And so I would really love to hear from you. What's your experience since you came into to our community, to our Discord, I mean, how did you feel, if there was any difference? I don't know. It's, just a question.
Yeah, I can totally answer this. This community is really different. Before I actually bought into any projects, I've been a lurker in a lot of the discourse and stuff for months, because I don't buy into anything I don't understand. And the thing that I noticed right off the bat here was really like you and Archer, and at this point all of the mods are really committed to making sure that everyone here feels heard and respected. And after I bought in, I was in the Discord, and I heard people saying a few things that made me as a woman feel kind of uncomfortable, and I brought it up to Archer, and the reaction that I got was like, I traditionally, like in real life, have always worked in very male-dominated industries, so I'm used to a lot of not great behavior and dismissiveness of concerns and stuff. And the response that I got from Archer was so heartfelt and so different from what I even expected, that, I have a lot of faith in him and in you and what you guys are doing just from that alone. The amount of respect that I was shown as a woman for raising concerns. I mean, after having conversation with you guys, you even made me a mod because of our conversations. And so, if anyone is concerned that you guys don't, are trying to elevate women because of, some marketing ploy or anything like that, I mean, that is just absolutely false. You guys really do care about the community, and it's obvious from your actions. Yeah.
Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Gigi?
Yeah, first of all, hello everyone. How are you doing? Gara, can you mute your mic? Yeah. I hope everyone is well. So, and thank you everyone for being here. As I always say, this project won't exist without everyone that is here. And for me, I'm just going to put everything in a simple sentence. I was like, I'm searching for a place where I belong and I don't have to fit in. And then I found this project in this community. And I want to get across every member. It's like the NFT world is a world that's very different from what we are used to. We're used to compete with each other, to go against each other, blah, blah. And in NFT, you are setting the price. If we don't collaborate together, if we don't serve the communities, we will not get where we want to get. So I saw the collaboration here. That's not something that you see everywhere. People helping each other. And I had not a great experience. Like someone offended me in another Discord. And here, when something like that happens, everybody jumps in and say, hey, this is not okay. And then that person feels safe. So, and one important aspect is to feel an emotional connection, because everybody here is investing their time, their money, and so on. So I believe how this is going to play long term is going to be great. Because we don't allow people who are not responsive to our own values in this space. So, yeah, I mean, for me, it's been a great experience, and I love this community, and they are amazing, and because they're giving their time and energy, and we're going to take care of everyone here. Like, if people in the founders don't talk, that means they're working on something. So, I just want to say I love everyone. Thank you for showing up, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for sharing, Gigi. And, there's one more thing that I'd like to add, because I know I see sometimes people post on Twitter and things like that, from a feminist perspective, right, we have some issues. But I have to say, of all of the communities out there, that are focused on, elevating women's voices and supporting women in this space, I feel absolutely most comfortable here, because, and I've posted about this on my Twitter and stuff, it's my presence here. I am not respected because I'm a woman. I'm respected because in this community, everyone is looking out for everyone, and everyone really is like an equal, and we care about every member of this community so much that, like Gigi said, if anyone in the chat tries to disrespect another person, everyone jumps in and is like, that is not okay, and it doesn't matter who you are. And we really are focused on making sure that every single person here, no matter what kind of person they are, as they respect everyone else in the space, they will get that same thing back.
Thank you very much for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you.
Gabe, should we get people from their raised their hands? NFT Goku, I think, was first. Or
yeah, let's let NFT Goku in.
Hello everyone, can you hear me?
Yeah, hey there.
So I just want to go to the point. I think there's two aspects of the project. The first being the community, the second being the team. And I think the community here is great. Everyone is supportive of the project. Everyone is welcoming, and they're doing their best. But I think the team can do a little bit more. For example, in the I have different things to say. I'm gonna start with Metaverse. You said you are not going to invest in Metaverse right now because it's it's early and not many people can use it. I think I at least disagree with that, because if you want to be successful, you have to be early on something. And it's not that people don't use Metaverse right now. It's when they start using it, it's going to be too late. And I think it should be on your first priority to enter the Metaverse. And next thing is you guys, what are you spending the money on? Because you said you are not doing marketing. You're not doing the Metaverse, and I don't see how a collaboration with a DJ or a merch store can help the project, because those doesn't bring exposure to the project. And still, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just waiting when you're finished, just tell me. I mean, if you want me to answer, to jump in, just tell me.
You can answer these two things first, because it's going to be maybe we forget.
Okay, so first of all, thank you for raising these issues. About the Metaverse, me as a person, I think that everybody already know. It's about quality, and in any Metaverse, in any land, so to say, it's all about location. And for the Desperate Apewives to go into Decentraland or any other Metaverse and buy a land which is on the outskirts and not in the middle, it's not something that suits me at least. I mean, and I don't think that any one of the community will want to have a land on the side, so to say. So I do believe that when I will go into the Metaverse, it will be in a prime location in order to do something very specific, probably in collaboration with someone, in order to build something very meaningful for the community and for the brand. And in order to do this now, it's about investing $1, $2, $3 million and have it sit there for 6 months or 12 months or even a year and a half without really doing anything, just in order to wait. I do personally, and this brings me to your next question about spending money. And since this is a business, we're not spending money. We are utilizing and using the money in order to build the brand. And I agree with you about exposures. And actually, when you mentioned merchandise, I do believe that merchandise can help the exposure. If our community members will go shopping with merchandise, and it happens actually with a few friends of mine that after friends of friends have seen their hoodies with their apes on it, they decided to come and we heard about these, we also want to come in. So maybe it's rather small in a way, but if everyone will have it, and I think that the entire community will agree with me that we want to be identified with someone, because not everyone has a DAW. It's a luxury NFT, so you want to be proud that you do have it. So I think it's, also for the soul, and it does give exposure. I think that also, as soon as you will understand what we are working on with the DJs, and it's not something specific. It's not one-time thing. All our collaborations are not only with one DJ or with one artist or with one brand. We have to before we run, we need to walk, and we need to we need to make the first step. And I believe that after you make the first step, the second, third, and running comes very fast after. So what we're doing now is setting the cornerstones and making our first steps in this world after 3 weeks only after 3 weeks of being born, so to say. I haven't seen any other project working on these kind of things so early. And I believe that real life collaborations with very big brands that will use their marketing, huge marketing agencies and people will help. Will be much more efficient in bringing our brand into the world. So I think that. And again, we're not trying to spend money. We're trying to utilize it in a correct way and in a very efficient way to both have exposure and have enough air to last for a long time.
That's amazing. And I have other question. My other question is, that every space, every market has its own structures, and people usually tend to follow that structure, like generating value for example, doing token drops, airdrops, or breedings, and things like that add value to the project, and people want to hold the project because of that added value. I really like to know that what are your plans to add value for the holders? That's the question.
So, as you've seen in our roadmap, we did. I think it was the 20%. It was the airdrop which we've done. If I understand it correctly, what you mean about airdrop and breeding is about the so-called second generation of NFTs, like BOYC had the mutants. And I told you, and you can see it in a roadmap that we do have it there, and for sure it will come. And I just want to remind, you and everyone, that we are 3 weeks out there. It's only been 3 weeks. I do understand that every a day or a week in the NFT world is like a month or 2 months or 6 months in real life. But I believe that in order to have a second drop or airdrop or breeding, it should come in the right time. And in a way, we are very young. Of course, I do understand that we are compared to very big brands or very big NFT projects like Bored Ape and like Cool Cats and like Lazy Lions. But we must not forget that these projects are out there for months, 4, 5, 6 months, and I don't need to tell you what it means in the NFT world. To be, I think that Bored Ape Yacht Club are already 7 months out, which is like, they're really, really veterans. So I do understand, and it's very flattering that we are being compared to them, and I totally understand. I think that our art, which Archer have made, is totally out there, totally there with all the big ones. I don't want to say more. This the market will say, but I think that we are relatively young. Everything will come. It will come with time, and long term. Again, it's not years, it's not 12 months, but it's a bit of time just to make sure that the DAW is strong enough, that we have everything in place, so we know that when we move forward, when we enlarge this amazing community, we will do it correctly. The art will be amazing. It will be at the right time, at the right place, so to say, in this roadmap to jump forward and enlarge it with another 5,000 or 10,000 members.
Okay, that's amazing, and I hope that all of that comes through. And thank you for your answers.
With pleasure. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, thank you, NFT Goku. Appreciate that. Awesome, right? We'll bring up the next person, Diamond Handed, wants to ask some questions. If you want to know.
He disappeared, but we have other people.
Yeah, he looks like he disappeared, but we have other people. YFFUB. If you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. Oh, there we go. Diamond Handed's up now.
Oh, cool. Thanks, guys. So, I just wanted to offer balance on the last comments. Respectfully, I heard everything that was said, and just wanted to say, number one, on the Metaverse, I think you guys are right on track. We don't need to be spending any attention there right now. And I think most in the community reflect this, and you even alluded to that, Gardner. And then regarding utility, like, man, I'm telling you, all these projects you talk about, like, oh, you want to have utility so people hold the NFT. Man, when's the last time a paper hand, held on to something because of utility? Like, paper hand's going to sell, they're going to sell. It doesn't matter about the utility. So I think that's a bit of a red herring on a lot of these projects. If you think that the utility something is really holding a lot of buyers on, I don't think that's the case. I think having good art and a good community is what keeps people around. So just wanted to share my thoughts on that, and again, tell you guys behind you like what y'all are doing, and enjoy hearing these updates too. Thanks.
Thank you for your feedback.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thanks, Diamond Handed. Actually, really, that's really nice. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah, right. I think there was a few people. The one person just came up.
Mr. Guy, there's YFFUB there?
Yeah, I've sent. They can join up when they want to. A few people had their hands up earlier. You should be able to join up if you want to.
Do you have any more written questions or issues that you want to bring up?
Yeah. So we can have a look through a few of the questions.
We have someone in.
Oh,
Benavidesco.
Benavida. Yeah, Benavida.
Yeah, just raise your hand.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi guys, I just wanted to say hi. I am from Lima, Peru, in South America, and this was my first buy in an NFT, so I'm happy with this buy and with the community. I got lucky. I got the March, so nothing. I just want to say thank you for all you're doing, and that I really appreciate the project. And thank you for letting me in the NFT world.
Wow, it's amazing to know that March is in Peru. It's halfway around the world. It's amazing. Thank you for coming up.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Amazing that it's we are all over the world. Right, yeah.
Hello?
Trigger. Yeah.
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good. How are you?
No, thank you.
Doing really well. I just had a question. In terms of OpenSea verification, I know they take a long time because I've also worked with different projects. My only question is, I know some people might think that DAW is kind of a derivative from base C. What do you think is different with DAWs in terms of artwork from base C, where we could get error verification then?
First of all, it's a very good question. I can tell you that I've been personally in contact with OpenSea. As you've seen in the past couple of days or even 2 weeks, they are super busy. They have been down more than once, and I think that their capacity is way over than what they can handle right now. That's why everything is taking much longer. We did get verified. I mean, the account, the creator got verified. First of all, we understood from inside talks that one of the most important things is that the creator is verified, because it verifies the creators of the project. And then that it takes time to move forward. I mean, sometimes it happens very fast. Sometimes only the collection is being verified. I mean, there is no consistency there. I think that in a way that they also consider themselves as a startup. So there is. I mean, first of all, I mean, you cannot speak with anyone. I mean, it's like unbelievable the fact that. Every project is a multi-million-dollar project, and you have communities, with huge communities dependent on these kind of things, and you have no one to really talk to. It's only by emails, and because of the amount of work that they have, it takes weeks that they communicate with you. So we did achieve this blue check mark on the creator, which is amazing. With regard to derivative, I'm not sure that everyone understands what a derivative is, but a derivative is when you take an artwork, an existing artwork, and you work on it to change it a bit. If it's the background, if it's the same character but different characteristic and so on, and it's obvious that the Desperate Apewives are not derivatives of the BOAC, because they were not taken. I mean, we did not take any artwork from the BOAC and change it. Archer sketched it from from zero. Everything is different. We also had to make it taller. I mean, in the end, yes, like people, like men and women, they are people, but they're different. So they are apes. I mean, there are some. We know that there are fat apes, but so we all apes. But we're not a derivative, which is obvious. Everything was sketched from the beginning, and I'm not sure that the existing community knows, because we had a lot of new friends coming along. But we made a huge research, both Sacha and myself and our wives and our team, in order to understand how a female ape looks like in nature. And we have downloaded hundreds of real images of real apes, I mean female apes, in order to understand how they are different from male apes. And this was the inspiration for Archer to create the art.
Definitely. I think it is a very good art. It definitely reflects on how hard the artist really worked on it. I just saw a few people kind of mention that it does have some qualities that you can see in the BYAC club, which it doesn't really matter. Like you said, I'm not really worried about it. I just wanted to bring it to a point because I know some members in the community was kind of iffy about that part. I do have another question, if you don't mind asking.
Yes, of course.
So my other question is, I'm looking at the roadmap currently, and it says that there's going to be a DAW membership network. is there any details that you could possibly tell us? Not a lot, but like just kind of a general specifics of how that would work. Because right now I'm looking at the roadmap and it's kind of vague for me to really understand. So I was just wondering if you have any, like little snippets of what that utility would be.
So thank you for bringing this up, because maybe it doesn't communicate the idea correctly in the website, and maybe we should amend it a bit, because the DAW membership card is essentially your NFT. The card is your NFT, and the fact that you have it in your wallet will get you perks and benefits. And I've been talking about it a lot in the past in spaces and also before the drops. And this is our so-called long-term goal. It is in a way part of Roadmap 2.0, but to be honest, I mean, I haven't been waiting with that, because I really believe that this is in a way differentiate us from other ventures. So to your question, I mean, the fact that you will have a DAW membership card, the NFT in your wallet, will entitle you to different benefits. For example, as I said, discounts in different clothing brands and jewelry and so on, and limited edition lines of clothing that only DAW membership card owners will be able to buy, and all sorts of these kind of real life daily benefit that you, your family and friends will be able to enjoy from.
Okay. And is this in line with the SEC requirement that was given back in November 2020? Because I was working with a different project, like I stated before, and I'm sorry, I'm hearing like a little feedback. But we got stopped initially because of the SEC regulation that was put out. So legally, we couldn't do partnerships with clothing lines, because that was our idea as well. To have discounts for a clothing line, and basically what you said. So is that what you have planned in line with the SEC regulation, just so that somewhere along the line, we're binded legally that we're going to be okay and this utility is going to happen?
Yes, I mean, I'm already in corresponding with those brands, and everything is being backed by, lawyers and accountants and so on. And no one has raised any concerns about that. In the end, it's us, the DAW team or the DAW brand, brings their community to the clothing line or to the jewelry store, so to say, in order to get benefits or discounts and so on. And it's like any collaboration, even, we don't see the differentiation between collaborating with a brand on making a limited edition line of clothing, or with an artist that makes a custom Apewife, for example. Because in the end, you will have to go to the physical store, to the online store, and pay with your credit card and so on, as you have paid in any other brand or any other company. But this time you have your coupon, so to say, that you are able to redeem because you're part of this community.
Sounds good. I think I got all my questions answered. Thank you so much. I guess I should end with saying that this community is very healthy. I think a lot of people are really worried about utility and exposure and stuff like that. And like you said, it's only been 3 weeks. Even though the NFT space is really, really fast-paced, it's still pretty brand new. So I do believe that you guys are doing a really great job, and thank you for coming out with this project. It's basically our golden ticket to the moon. So thank you.
Thank you for your emotions and your thoughts and your feedback.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Tapster.
Yo, how you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks, man.
Nice. Thank you so much, all of you, for all the work you did during before sale, during sale, and after, and what's coming. I just wondered, how do you guys recharge and recover?
That's a very good question. To be honest, I mean, it's not something that we've had a lot of time to do. because I don't need to tell you that the NFT world does not go to sleep, so to say. We do try to have more hours of sleep. To be honest, we don't succeed every night to do so. But we do try to. If we worked 18 hours a day before, so now we're working like 16 and try to devote 2 hours to our family. But it doesn't succeed. Again, it doesn't succeed every day, but we do try.
Thank you for sharing your reality. And continue with what you do. You got big support, and think about resting, and let's have fun. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Tapster. Much appreciated. Apley Quinn, I think, was next. Yeah, Apley Quinn, go ahead. Oh, I don't think we can hear you.
Yeah,
There we go.
give me 1 second.
We can hear you then, yeah.
Just want to say good job with the project. Let's don them. But anyways, I also had a question about the collaboration with other, projects to do the eight or is it Kids Club or something like that. I wonder what when that's going to happen and who you're going to partner with, or is that just down the line and haven't been decided yet?
So yes, this is. Thank you for coming up. First of all, I do like your. I believe that Apley Quinn is Harley Quinn, which she's beautiful. This is only what I want to say.
Thank you.
So to your question, yes. It's funny. I have to say, I sometimes look on our collection on OpenSea, and I just go, "Wow, she's beautiful." I really want to have her. And it's like, coming from a family of collectors, it's very hard to release, so to say, to sell your kids to the world. It was just an anecdote. So to your question, yes, it is in our roadmap, and as I said, I think even earlier this talk, we do want to do everything correct and in the right time in the highest quality possible. There are two aspects to it. One is a technological, the way that we wanted it to do at the beginning is to allow two wallets to be able to mint one NFT together for free. And this is now being solved on a technological level. It was never done before. That are kinds of more philosophical questions that need to be answered on this aspect. So we will do it for sure, of course, but we'll do it correctly. And our second wave or our second tier of NFTs will be as exciting as the first one for sure.
So you said you have to have two wallets to mint one kid, or
that was the initial idea, and we are trying, because we wanted to make something that was never done. We wanted to benefit another community member or other community members the same as to our own community. We wanted our community to be able to collaborate because it's a decentralized world. We wanted to lay the ground for our community to be able to collaborate with different communities out there. But again, this is now something that we are on the works of solving. If this will be solved in time for our next drop, perfect. If not, it will be done in a different way.
All right. Makes sense. Well, I just wanted to say, and the players, there's so much community power behind the votes, and I'm pretty excited about this project and all the people behind the community that giving us great support, and I really appreciate that. And I'm good that we're going along this ride, and I'm just really excited, man. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. I'm excited that you're excited.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
That's
Thanks,
the way to go, man.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Now, there was somebody else up a second ago, but they must have dropped off. But push to start. Yeah, how you doing, man? Oh, I don't think we can hear you.
It seems as if he's talking, but
Yeah, we push to start. We can't seem to hear you.
How about now?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Oh, hey, how's everyone going?
Yeah, good. Thank you. Really well.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me on, and just want to say first thanks to Gardner, Mr. Gabe, all the mods, and to the rest of the team. For the great job so far, and really appreciate everything. My question was, there was a mention in one of the announcements recently about, you made that Discord kind of DAW Discord level ranking system, and you said you were planning to create some sort of nice reward system for, your most loyal and active Discord DAW members. Did anything? I know there was a mention of you wanted to get kind of the, what do you want to call it, gameonomics, almost, so to speak. You wanted to get it right. But if you have any update on that, that would be great.
Mr. Gabe, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we've got some stuff for in Discord planned, and that's going to be coming to fruition. I almost don't want to spoil the beans, you know what I mean? I almost don't want to spoil it, but I think I'll drop a little something. But so, a few of you have got a load of DAWs. You were talking like more than 5, more than 10. And it would. I think. I've heard a lot of people ask about how they, how you guys could see that in the Discord. So Paddles, the little wizard he is honestly, he's so good with the Discord. He's a great guy. He is. We're looking at a way to basically try and do something where those of you who hold a certain amount of DAWs. We'll have a little something by your name, something like that. So that's one little thing that we're thinking of, and then also a way for you guys to kind of maybe you got the chat XP leveling system. We want to try and integrate that with a few other bits and bobs in the Discord. So that's all I'm going to give you for now, because of course.
And also. A few, you could tell them a few small parts and things. By like something very special from the team, but we will review it, just soon. Don't get us to reveal all the information, but it's there, it's implemented, and we're getting there.
Yeah, we are. I have to say, guys, we really are. We really are. So that's the first few things that I can tell you guys about, and there's some more things that are really, really properly in motion.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for that. And one last. Yes. Thanks for as much teasers as you could give us there. Really appreciate that. I'm sure the members appreciate that too. And then one other thing I wanted to ask is maybe to the Gardner is. Maybe this is similar to along the lines of Metaverse, but any thoughts or maybe brainstorming on in the future for potential game as well?
Actually, it's a very good question. It's something that I am looking at right now. The thing with games, and again, it's all about quality for me. I don't like to do things halfway. So I can tell you that I have been in talks with a few entities about that. It's not a problem, but the thing is with games, it's not a short-term thing. The fastest way of getting into this world in a correct and high quality way is about 5 to 6 months. But I am looking at it. I do see the importance of it. I do understand how the engagement through gaming, or if it's a dedicated game or a game that will use your the figure inside it, I do understand the value. I think the value is very high, and I'm on it. I'm looking at it, and it's on my priority to-do list.
Wow, awesome! That's super exciting. And as you can see from my PFP, I'm a big gamer. So
yeah, yes, that's amazing. Probably, I just want to ask you. Which of the metaverse do you prefer from a gaming point of view? Just, I'm curious to know.
Right now, in the Metaverse. I'm not really that experienced in Metaverse, to be honest with you. But Decentraland and Sandbox seems to be kind of the two front runners in terms of what I know there. And of course, Facebook, is dumping down like billions of dollars for their metaverse as well. So I think it is a hot topic, and I kind of agree with one of the DAW members said previously is maybe we don't have to go all in right now, but at least maybe get a few eggs in the basket in the metaverse. So because land is a hot commodity, maybe we could just plant some seeds there, sort of thing, instead of not going all in, but at least dip our feet in there. That way, when we are ready to go, we can hop on. Or worst case scenario, we can sell if we really want to get a better piece of land later. At least since we invested early, sell the land we kind of pre-bought, and then use those funds to get the real prime land maybe that we want later, or that we like.
I can tell you. First of all, yes, I agree that. It's not like I'm ignoring this space at all. No, not at all. I can tell you that the collaboration that we did pre-launch was with a landowner and constructor, so to say, in the central land, and he is something that I'm in constant communication with him. And we discussed before, so I do understand the advantage a bit down the road. So, but I do think that also, like in real life, I see that if we were to come, with the big guns, I do believe that collaboration in such a project would be the correct way to go. I'm not saying that I'm only that. My only thought of going forward. My head is open, and we'll see which opportunities will come along.
Yeah, fantastic. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for answering my questions, and look forward to all the things you just told us.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Good questions. Right, I believe it was John Carlo next. If you want to go ahead.
Yeah, hello. Do you guys can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for having me, as well as a community member that was from Peru. This is actually my first NFT, and I'm from Bolivia. So I want you guys to know that you've reached like really far. Bolivia is in the heart of South America, so I'm really excited about this project. This project led me to the NFT world. Since this project, I've started to flipping some NFTs, but I know this project is really special. I bought 2 DAWs, and I'm holding them until we go to the moon, because I know we're going. The reason I'm speaking is because I wanted to make 2 suggestions, maybe. I know there's a room for that on ideas and feedback, but I wanted to personally try to talk to you this idea I know we have an awesome community, and I'm really excited about that. And I think what a better way to explode this community with their knowledge and with their art, maybe art skills. I'm personally a graphic designer, and I think you could guys incentivize some people, some of our community by doing some type of giveaway maybe or something like that, and we can create like merch drops. The best merch drop design could win. I don't know, and something. I'm just messing around with my thoughts, but I thought we could explode this community because I know there are many talented people in the room, and I don't know, maybe we could play something with that. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? And I don't know if you guys did understand me.
No, we did. We totally did. Thank you for coming up. These are great suggestions and idea, and we will take them into consideration. We do see the creativity. We saw it in the meme contest, and we are happy. And it's part of our roadmap to collaborate with artists. I think that we will take it even one step further and open a channel for artists, which they will be able to share with us their creation. So maybe this will lead us for future collaboration with them. So that's a very good idea. We will go right ahead and do that because we do want to see the creative, how creative our member are. And thanks for coming. I am curious though. I mean, how did we reach you? If you remember, if you can share, how did you hear about the Desperate Apewives?
Yeah, of course. So I was into the NFT world. I was kind of searching, knowing what it is first of all. Then I saw rarity tools. I entered them and I saw them. I saw you guys, and I saw DAW. I saw the project. I went into the website, joined the Discord, and I really saw potential in this work, in this project, and that's basically how I reached you guys. I remember it was my first NFTs, my first two of them, and I reached everyone who I know, and I said to them, I know this project is really good. You should buy this. And I have some actually friends here from Bolivia too that own some DAWs, and we are really excited about this project. As I told you before, I own a lot, some NFTs, but I just flip them as many do here. But this project is so we can hold, and I know it's going to be great, and it is already great.
Thank you. It is much appreciated. Great feedback. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for that, Giancarlo. Thank you. That was lovely. Thank you.
Thanks to you guys.
All right, Sunshine Leona. Do you want to, have a chat?
Hey, I just want to say first of all, congrats on the team for everything you guys are doing. It's awesome. My question was, I know Coinbase is going into NFTs. Are we planning on to getting into that too, or what's your guys' thoughts on that?
Yes, so we know this is a very big question and issue, so to say. I can tell you, until this, the way that the NFT world is being managed today, that every platform, so to say, except of Variable and OpenSea, which are more or less, you can see the same things in both of them. Every platform is in a way closed platform. Of course, I cannot take the Desperate Apewives project or some of the NFTs into Binance because they are on the BNB on the Binance network. So it's not possible. Of course, they have ETH there, but it's not straightforward. We have the responsibility to make sure that this project is intact, so to say, that we don't lose NFTs and so on. So the technology is not there yet to move NFTs between exchanges. I can tell you that I've been speaking with founders of other exchanges, not Coinbase, and they're thinking on getting into this NFT world by either creating their own or collaborating with others. So this, in a way, it's very new to everyone. Also for Coinbase themselves, you have not a lot of information on the website. You have only this whitelist. They don't explain or collaborate or speak with projects as we are. So we don't know yet how it will go, which network it will be, if we will be able to list ourselves and how the trading will be. So there are a lot of questions out there that needs to be answered. So I believe that these will be answered either by Coinbase or by the space in general rather sooner than later. But we have to wait and see.
Awesome. Thank you for answering my question. And you guys keep working in the background, and we'll keep working as a community to make it better.
Thank you. You're doing an awesome job, all of you.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. I think NFC Goku, wanted to ask another question. I've invited a few more people up as well. Meta Mummy and Scarface, you guys can join. Yeah. NFC Goku, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm back because a couple of people asked me to ask more questions. So I initially wanted to ask about the Coinbase, but our friends asked it already. And I just wanted to say that as far as I know, there are a couple of projects that are in Ethereum, but they are listed on Binance. So I don't think that you should be on BNB to be able to get listed on Binance. A project called BearX, they just got listed and they are on Ethereum. So there's that. And another question I have is for the merch, is it given out for free to holders or are we gonna buy it? And another question I have is why would a multi-million dollar project like BAYC that already has Mutant Apes and Kennel Club want to collaborate with us? They can just make another project. They can make their own female version of the project and even expand their universe even more without collaborating with other projects like us. So what makes us sure that they're gonna collaborate with us or any other project in that matter? And that's the only two questions I have for now.
So first of all, thank you for coming up again. About the merch, this would be. I mean, we have two. We are now working on that right now, but there will be two aspects. It would be the official merch from with the DAW logos and so on, and also the possibility for our community members to upload their own NFTs on their specific merchandise that they will choose and so-called print it themselves. All the merchandise will be for sale. It will be through third parties. It will be like mint on demand, so print on demand. So only by purchasing. It's not something that there are no stocks and so on. So we basically lay the ground and pay for the store and bring all the possibility for all of you to enjoy from it. That's about the merch. About BAYC, as I mentioned before, we have no official collaboration or association with them. And as I've said a few times, this is a decentralized world. And what our idea is to lay the ground for members from different communities, let's say not necessarily from the BAYC, to agree to collaborate. So you don't need me for you to collaborate with. I mean, you need me to lay the ground, because from a technological point of view, let's say. But if I'm laying the ground, you don't need my approval or permission to to get to collaborate with a member from the BOAC, and they don't need the approval from from Yoga Labs of the founders to do so as well. So that's the whole idea. We want to, members that want to collaborate, they can collaborate. Members that don't, they don't have to. It's only a bonus, so to say. And with regard to your question about, they're doing their own NFTs, if you were looking at their website, they said that the Bored Apes and the Mutants are the only, and also the dog, the dog, the Kennel Club are only the only tiers that will exist, and no more tiers of NFTs will exist. This is what they've said. Of course, I'm not part of the project. I'm not related to them in any way. It's something that they haven't written and announced before.
Okay, I understand that. And another question I have is that I'm not really convinced the way the team is going for the marketing, and I would like you to elaborate more your marketing strategies now, because you are kind of not telling us anything about the strategies. There are possibilities. We have no solid stuff here, if you know what I mean. And I want to ask you, why aren't you asking YouTubers, asking the big names in the NFT community to promote, not to shill our project, but to promote, and they come to our community and see for themselves, and they review the art and give us more exposure. That's what I mean. And I think this community, the NFT community, is so small that people like that have huge impact on the project. So if they start talking about us, if they review our art, if they review the project, it will be really great for the whole community and the project itself.
Yeah, so thank you for bringing all those points. I think I will start with the last point of the influences or those so-called big accounts. Everybody know our tagline, so to say, come for the art, stay with the community. Since the inception of the Desperate Apewives, since Archer and myself within the Discord, I didn't believe in paying or shilling or giving away NFTs for people to come and be part of the community. I worked very hard in DMing hundreds of people, literally hundreds of people, and communicating with them about the idea, about the roadmap, about the concept, about everything, and only then to give them the decision whether they want to join or not. When I'm being asked how did we manage? Which marketing company did we hire in order to bring us to where we are right now? And when I tell people that we've done it by our two hands, they don't necessarily believe. But I will. This is how it was done. I can tell you that there were people that even left the server when we just began, and there were 200 people, and I literally DM'd them back and asked them why are they leaving, how are they, maybe there's something that I don't see correctly, and so on. And those people, I can share with you that they came back 2 or 3 weeks later when the hype started to generate, and they said, we didn't need to leave because they lost their whitelist spot. Can you give us, can you bring us back, and so on. So coming back to your question about influences, we have a lot of very important so-called influencers that came by themselves. We haven't reached out to them. We haven't paid them. Like Des Bryan and a lot of others. Everyone, even Yoni Asia and big collector like Artman and Dan Mando, Dan Hollings, they all came by themselves. Jarul, for example, and everyone, they came by themselves. And the way that the reason that this community is such an amazing community is because we have utilized the community members to enlarge it. We ask them to bring their family and friends, if they want to, into the community, and this is why this is such an amazing community and different from others. So I do understand the so-called exposure that these kind of influences can give us, and I can tell you that we have a lot of them doing it, and we haven't asked them or paid any of them in order to do so. And I believe that more of these influences and important collectors and so on will come with time, and that's the beauty of organic marketing. To your question about marketing, in the end, this is a company. I mean, I cannot lay all the strategy of everything that we're doing all the time. But I think that in the end, it's about user acquisition. And the user acquisition, it means that we want to get out there to people that will actually come and come back to be part of our community. So, and in a way, there is no way for us to measure if we're having on a billboard somewhere in the United States, the Desperate Apewives. We have no way in measuring if this was a successful investment or not. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be part of it. But when I say that we want to collaborate with big brands, existing brands that have their existing clients and loyal followers, when we collaborate with them and you and our community and their community see that we're actually doing such projects together and that they have a limited edition line or a fan base line for the Desperate Apewives, the exposure is much bigger. It's much smarter, and it's much and the user engagement, and we will be able to measure it much more correctly when doing it this way, rather than just asking, promoting it in different places around the world.
Great. Although I don't really agree with you, but that was a great answer. And my last question is, since we are in a community and we there's no official owner of this project anymore, I would like to suggest that we turn this and make it a DAO, so all the members can vote for future things that we are going to do. So it's more democratic, and we can use the owners and the holders of the DAW to vote for what they want to do, if they want to spend the money on the marketing, if they want to spend the money on the Metaverse, if they want to spend money elsewhere. I think that should be our next steps, because I think not one person should decide for the whole project, because I think you say, I don't see that, I don't like this, I don't intend to do that way, and I think that not a single person should decide for the whole project, not even a team should decide for the whole project, but the communities should decide for the project and what to do with it. That's my last question and kind of the last point.
So this is a very good point. I mean, they say that the last summer of 2021 was the NFT summer, and that the summer of 2022 will be the DAO, the DAO summer. So of course we are speaking about it all the time. Being a DAO, it's a bit more a complicated thing to have. Of course, I'm not saying that it's not something that can be built aside to the so-called venture and so on, but it's something that needs to, you cannot do it just like that because you have decided something that a lot of thought and process needs to go into. And I think that, in the end, all the biggest companies in the world are companies that are led by people, by teams, by shareholders, by, something like, if it's Apple, so to say. everything. I have an iPhone, I have a Mac, and so on. And I believe in the leadership. I had a lot of faith in Steve Jobs and in Tim Cook today as well. I'm not saying that everything that he does, I'm not aware of everything that he does, it's probably in a cycles of a year or year and a half after that we are aware of what's going on. But in the end, I think that the actions, I don't like to talk a lot. This is also, I was taught that, instead of talking, I should do. And so I believe that our actions will be much more important down the road. So when all of you will see that we do follow our actions, or it's a startup in the end. So things can be a bit different down the road. But the most important thing is that we're doing. I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to bring Louis Vuitton to collaborate with us on day one. Because these are giant companies that move it's like dinosaurs. But the most important thing is to do something. Is to collaborate, is to action and to move forward. And as I said earlier, we need to do the first step. The second step will be much more easier, as you probably all know. So from my perspective, the most important thing is that we're doing.
Okay, I hope that everybody is pleased with your answer, and I was looking forward to it. I'm a proud holder and owner of 2 DAWs, and I'm really hoping that this all turns out well, and you all do good, and we all benefit together. Thank you again for giving me another chance to ask my question.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Now, I just want to bring up Meta Mummy, because she's been trying to get up here for a while, and I'd like to bring up Meta Mummy next. Go ahead.
Oh my God, there's so many people. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh,
yes, hi there.
Hi guys, hi girls, hi everyone, hi ladies, hi DAW. Hey, I have a couple of things. First of all, at the NFT crowd, I'm an older NFT owner and collector, and it's a big crowd that love to wear wearables. And I get it. You want a high brand. I get it. I understand what road you're going to, but right now people want to put it out there, So can they use their own P4Ps for their own merchandise for now? That would be one question. I have a couple of other, if you don't mind, going down the list.
So I'll answer that rather quickly. I'm not sure that you're aware, but it's on our website. We gave the commercial usage rights to all the Apewives. So your DAWs are yours. You can do whatever you want with it. And of course, also print it on whatever, if it's on merchandise or on or print it and hang it in your home, or even build a brand around it. It's 100% yours.
Okay, a question. With the DAW, the brand label, are we allowed to use that in our like if we wanted to put on ourselves and wear our favorite DAW? Can we use your brand that way?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean. You mean if you can use another Apewife if it's not yours?
No. You have the logo. You have the DAW logo. Can we use that?
Yeah, as long as it's not for commercial usage, yes, you can use it. You cannot sell T-shirts with our logos because it's not us. But if you want to print it for yourself, yes, 100% you can.
Okay, thank you. That's perfect the answer. I wanted to know that for a while. Thank you. Also, I wanted to say that let's see, and I think it's all great that you have you're thinking of the long term and the short term being the long term, like in dog years, right? We're all living the NFT years, right? So I think now with Miami, I think we all need to show out Remember, I know we hate talking about the other communities, but they had in New York City, they had lines around buildings to get in. They wanted to, people wanted to be a part of us. I feel, and this is just my opinion, and you know what they say about opinions. I won't go on, but I feel that I think we need to exploit NFT, Art Basel and the Miami scene, because there's so many big name people that are going to be there. And if we show out in a classy way and have an awesome, a meet and greet or some kind of party with, our DJ comes in and pumps us up, this collab people that we're working on. I think that would really pump the community and help the community, because we're busting our butts behind here telling people, but we need to have what the other communities had, this big, let's rent out a garage and have a party, or rent out a tea house and have a tea or something like that. And that's another thing I wanted to mention. And I have one more for another Shark Leg wanted me to ask something. So I want to
answer your question. First of all, yes, I do agree. And as I said at the beginning, I'm not sure that you were here, but at the beginning of the AMA, that I personally going to be in Miami for all the events, and I'm also exploring now all the possibilities that we have for any kind of event or meet and greet or something. These things, again, we are 3 weeks old, so to say, and these things are closed a month and years before. So
I totally get that. There are spaces are available. I'm pretty familiar with the area. I know some great places. That's another thing. But I know that people, they're booking things out in advance, but we're in the here and now. And with the NFT world, with the time zone and the NFT, I don't think we should sit back and wait for people to collab with us. I think we should show out in Miami. There's a lot of DAW in the community that's going to be there. So that's just one.
No, you don't. We have our people that are actively checking. As we speak. About venues and so on. This is. It is something that we are doing, and we did open the Art Basel Miami channel in order to understand who and how many from our community will be there. It wasn't very active until now. I saw around 3 or 4 people there that said that they will be there. And I'm eager to know. If we have more people from the community that will be there, I do want. I need to know in order to understand in what capacity we are able to show in Miami.
Okay, I get it. We'll get the people flowing and getting there, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, one more thing was this is from another member that didn't want to come up on stage, but the existing brands you talk about, that's true in theory, but and then. Are there existing relationships, and can you share that with us at all?
You mean the existing collaboration that I'm referring to? In order to... Yeah, so I am in contact with a few brands. I cannot discuss it right now because the contracts are not signed, and some of them are regulated entities, so it's not something that I can share right now, but I can tell you that although it's in Roadmap 2.0 for us, which I don't need to tell you that for other projects, the Roadmap 2.0 came only a few months after, I already started discussing that 2 weeks ago because I didn't want to wait, because it's really my passion. So I'm working very hard on that direction. It's not an easy thing, some of them are big companies, so we're utilizing our connections in order to make it happen as soon as possible.
So are you saying that you have a team behind you as well?
No. What do you mean?
Well, you keep saying we, and I'm just wondering, is it
me? I'm not I'm not alone here. It's me. It's Archer. It's we have dev teams. We have a support system, so to say, of friends and family who help us with our communication. So and we have the entire community with us. So it's not me. I mean, it's not me alone. It's we because it is we.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. That's understandable. Maybe I misunderstood, and I apologize. And thanks again for your time. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in Miami.
Well, thank you. And if you maybe we can DM if you say you have connections to any kind of venues and you can help us engage there. So we'll be happy to engage.
Sure.
Thanks.
Amazing. Thank you, Metamami. Right. I actually have forgotten who's next. I think it was Mr. Value. Mr. Value.
Hey guys, how are you? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
we can hear you. Absolutely.
Hey, I want to say that I am just so super pumped. I'm so happy what you guys have brought to the table with this project. It's amazing. The art is amazing. And like I said, just 3 weeks into it, wow, I'm just blown away of just the community. And I know that there's about 140 people on this call, but it'd be amazing when there's, maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people understanding what this community is really about. But I see a lot of people out there promoting and doing their little thing to, push the project forward. But I'm really excited for everybody here on this call. But I just had a quick thing to just ask. I've been in other communities and, seeing what they're doing and what's kind of working, what's kind of adding value to communities. But have you ever thought about, actually our community kind of being like a launch pad for other projects? You say collaboration, but also a launch pad for being involved in other NFT projects that kind of line up with the DAW community. I think that would kind of be an awesome incentive for not only our community, but also other communities as well.
Thank you for coming up. This is a very interesting point that you're bringing up. I mean, we are getting a lot of approaches from different communities that's starting their way. And, being myself, I do want to give guidance and so-called help and share our success with them. Having said that, and with today's NFT climate of scamming and things, we don't have the capabilities right now to do enough due diligence on different projects in order to understand. And because if we bring it to the table, if we bring it to our community, to the DAW AMA community, we are responsible. And so currently we don't have enough capabilities to do due diligence on the team and on the project and so on in order to stand behind it, so to say. I would really want to be able down the road. Hopefully it will be sooner than later. But currently we just don't have, we need to concentrate on something. So we concentrate on ourselves. And on our immediate roadmap or medium roadmap in order to bring the correct awareness and for the brand and community.
Fair enough. I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense. As far as being an investor, that's like music to my ears. That's amazing. And I know that some people on this call and kind of agree or disagree with what you've been saying. But I totally see that you're actually trying to add value to each and every one of us as investors in this venture, this project. And I'm pretty excited. I mean, the art speaks for itself. And I know that all of us in this community really believe in the art, and that actually is going to help things grow organically. And I do agree with some type of form of putting the word out there, some form of marketing. But I'll tell you, the power of organic growth is amazing. And it's just a matter of time where there's a few people who are really going to kind of catch wind of it and actually understand that there's something really special here. So thanks for everything you guys do. I know you guys are working hard. Just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll obviously do what we do.
Thank you very much for everything.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Valley. That's it was a great point to raise. Absolutely. Right, guys. Diamond Handed. I know you've just come up, but I think Miss Trigger wanted to ask one more thing, and then we're gonna have to.
So after her, we have another one on the call, and after one on the request, and after him or her, we'll wrap it up because we're almost two hours in.
Yeah, we're almost 2 hours in. All right. Go ahead, Miss Trigger.
Hey, thanks. Just to kind of add with what NFT Goku was saying, I completely agree what the gardener was saying. I don't honestly think, and this is just my opinion, I'm not sure if other people coincides with this, but if we hire big names like YouTubers or even cameos with celebrities, you don't see stocks like big stocks, Apple, all that stuff doing that. Because all that does is a room for a pump and dump. People will get into the hype because their favorite celebrity is talking about this project, and then they get in this, and then they actually don't know what the roadmap is or don't know what even NFT is. And just because their favorite celebrity said to get in it or was endorsing it, they get in. And of course, that causes a pump within the project. And when they realize that it's not something they actually want to diverge in, then that's going to be the dump. So I don't think that that's going to be a very healthy move for the project or any project at all. Actually, there was this stock called Zemetica, and this went up by a lot, more than 75%, because somebody paid Carol Baskins to do a cameo for the stock, and it went down as hard as it went up. So I don't think that a cameo or even paying YouTubers to advertise the project is the way to go, which is why I completely agree with what the gardener was saying about organic growth. Because when people start seeing DAWs, the art, the community, the utility, that's when they get to see, oh, this community is really something else, because not big names people are endorsing it, but because of what they're doing. Their actions speak louder than words, like what the phrase always says. So first, that's one thing that I wanted to say. And since we were giving out suggestions earlier, I think I've already DM'd this with you, the gardener, but one thing that we could maybe utilize DAWs is that we can make an animated series. Just people were saying maybe like a spin-off of Desperate Housewives, but we could do a animated series on YouTube and promote it on TikTok, promote it on Twitter, and then if it gets big enough, we could get monetized. That way, the money that we get from there could either go to sweeping the floor or marketing or merchandise and stuff like that. I think that's just a suggestion that I have in terms of utility, because I know a lot of people freak out when they see something they own on TV. So maybe that's something that we could divulge in. It would be possible.
Yes, we have discussed that, and I do think it is a very cool and good idea. As I said before, after this call, I am going to open the artist channel, so it could be also for art or derivatives or for these kind of things. I saw another project that community members took their NFTs, their DAW for this, for that matter, and had they collaborated together, like 3 or 4 or 5 of them, in order to make this happen. So maybe through the artist channel, we are able to find a few people that would be interested in to do so together. We are here to support in any way that we can. And I do think that this should be done.
Perfect. So if I wanted to get it started now, I would be able to do that, since typically I own the IP rights to my DAW. I just wanted to make sure that there was no coinciding plans for the project itself. That's, maybe there's a plan for it already. I didn't want to hop on and do that and ruin what has been planned for the project initially.
No, that's a very good point, and I'm glad that you've checked that before. So no, we do support our members and the community to build their own, not their own, or together with others, brands and ideas and projects. We only see it as helping and enlarging the brand in general. And as I said, we are here to support.
I want to add, I'm willing to go behind the artist channel. I'm going to propose something people will create something and then we can make the community vote on what they want to see outside of it, what they want to publish. Because I think that would be a great idea to get everyone involved, and I'm willing to be involved in this process with the artists.
Thank you, Gigi.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, we can definitely plan it out. I'm looking forward into the artist channel because there's gonna be a lot of process getting this animation going. Probably even months. But anyways, thank you again for the opportunity to letting me speak. Also, just wanted to remind everybody again that it's only been 3 weeks. Basie didn't get to where they're at in months. So just keep holding on, and patience is a virtue, like everybody said. And also, just keep trusting on the team to do what they gotta do. Execution is louder than anything else. We can literally speak everything highly of the DAWs, but if execution fails, we have nothing. So I think this is what the team really emphasizes on, and so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, you guys have a good day. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming up.
Thank you, definitely. Diamond handed.
I'll make them just real quick. On the topic of the DAO, this is more to the people in the audience that think it's a good idea. There are no projects out there that moon with a DAO attached to them. I mean, do the research on that and get back to me. You'll have trouble finding a DAO-related NFT that's above 1 ETH right now, okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing is when I signed up to invest in this, I signed up to invest with Gardner leading the charge. I put my faith in him, just like when I invested in Apple, I wanted to invest in Steve Jobs, not some crowdsourced version of Apple decisions. So not only is a DAO not profitable to the long-term financial prospects for the NFT, it's devoiding it of the value that some investors see in it. So I just want to make that comment to the audience. And then the final thing is we do have the ability to vote right now. If you don't like it, I mean, I say this respectfully, you're free to let go of your DAW. You don't have to stick around. And that's not to be an affront to anyone at all, but that is the way that you're allowed to vote right now. So I know we're running over. Thanks for the floor, guys. And again, look forward to doing these again.
Thank you for coming up.
Thank you, Diamond Anders. Appreciate it. Kitty Kate?
Okay, I just wanted to give a quick response to, I guess it's Miss Trigger, or I'm not quite sure how you say her name, regarding the marketing thing that she mentioned. I do think that there's a big misconception about what marketing is. I think people have this idea of it being, like said, billboards or big, blatant, obvious paid sponsorships and stuff. And, you pointed out that saying these big brands aren't doing this when they are. I think all of these companies, and I know I've worked with some in the past, they are all doing it, but they are not doing it, as big in your face. Half the time as the consumers, you don't realize that you're being marketed to. You don't need a YouTuber to get on YouTube and say, go buy a DAW right now, when you can give them just a DAW t-shirt to be wearing while they're doing a video about something else. There's things that you can do that are marketing without, and can still feel like you're building organically and not just telling people to come buy your product. So I think there's a lot of options for the community.
Thank you, Kitty Kate. I do agree with you. I think, but what you were mentioning is a sophisticated marketing way. You don't see it a lot, or none actually, in the NFT space today. Most of the big accounts and so on are not even being followers, so it's very hard to understand which one is the correct way. And I do think that in order to get to this kind of marketing needs experience and expertise. So I agree with you that that's a way to go, but it needs to be done correctly. If I'm bringing, a model or someone to market my product, he knows what the product is. I mean, there are a lot of preparations. In a way, he relates to it, and he understands that his face is related to this project. It's not, it's not a one-time YouTube that he does, and then everybody goes in, and if they go out, he doesn't really care, or like a giveaway on some influencer's page. It's a very, there are contracts in place. It's a very sophisticated and delicate way of doing so. So, I mean, there's a whole range of marketing ways, and I think what Ms. Fitzgerald said are like 180% of what you are saying. But essentially, both of you, I think, agree on that things need to be done on a quality basis, on a professional way. And what you're saying is in a way organic thing. I mean, you're not shouting it out. I mean, getting into the Discord and saying, you have to come in to other Discord. I mean, you have to come and buy DAWs. No, you're discussing the entire project, and you're being the ambassadors of the DAW. If someone likes the idea and likes your talk, he go and buy the product. So that's a much more sophisticated way, and I believe that this is the right way to go.
And I completely agree with you, Kitty Kate. I think that psychologically, it's subtle marketing does work. I was referring to like what the gardener was saying, that we shouldn't be paying people that is not correlated with any NFTs whatsoever, and paying them just because they're YouTubers or celebrities. You know what I'm saying. Yeah, I completely agree with you with subtle marketing, because people are more inclined to check something out when it's not really in their face and more of just a background. But yeah, definitely agree with you on that statement. But what Gardner was saying, we shouldn't be paying people to market something that they don't even know what it's about.
Yeah, I agree. I think if we can make some good targeted, approaches, it would bring a lot of value to the community. And that's where I think if we do get some events going in the future, whether it's something in Miami or something somewhere else, something like a fun event where, people want to be a part of this community, because the NFT community at this point is still pretty small. We're limited in the number of people that are part of the community, and our goal, I think, should be to bring more people in. And especially, we've been talking about how do we get more women involved in the community, and that's a huge untapped market. People who don't even know about NFTs yet, or really understand that it's not just a picture, that there can be perks outside of it. So I think if we can throw some fun events and get attention on those events as a group and put, a budget towards that or a plan towards that, people will organically want to be part of this, even if they hadn't previously known what an NFT was.
Yes, I agree, and thank you for coming up.
Yeah, thank you both.
Can I make a quick comment? The NFT Goku wife. I just wanted to make a.
Oh yeah, go ahead. So I was confused as to who was speaking for a second, but yeah, go ahead, of course.
We wanted to make a comment about how, marketing.
Wait, we don't hear you. We don't hear you well.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. That's better.
Okay. So we just wanted to make a comment about marketing in general, and going for big celebrities. That's not what we really should be after, in my opinion. What we're trying to do here is go for YouTubers and seek their true opinion, YouTubers and social media, and in general, so we can get honest opinions about what they think about the Apewives. Yeah, and specifically the YouTubers that actually do specifically for NFTs, they review different NFTs. We just seek their opinion, and that would be a good exposure in our opinion. And like, so a lot of people actually don't do that because they're afraid to get criticized, and maybe like the specific YouTuber won't put out a good review about the artwork. But I mean, we do get exposure with them, and I know YouTube is still a big platform, and it's great for marketing. I think that's what we should be seeking instead of big brands and just like going big. Instead, just go for like the small YouTubers and get their opinions. That's what we thought would be a great.
Thank you for jumping in. We don't disqualify so-called any way of marketing or any if it's YouTubers or something. I personally do understand the power and importance of YouTube. I mean, they are there for a reason. But as you have said, this needs to be done in a so-called correct way with YouTubers that do understand what it is about. I mean, we did share. I mean, it was like a week or so down after the drop. There were a few YouTubers that spoke more than once about the DAW. By themselves. We didn't approach anyone. And they have weekly shows and so on, and they were really hyped about the project. They were even sorry that they missed it at the mint. So we do understand the importance, and I mean it's not easy to find those that are willing to invest the time to understand. And to even to put your name correctly when they speak about you, and these are the ones that we are seeking, not only in YouTube, in anything. And so yes, I mean we're not disqualifying anything, and we're taking everything into account.
I also want to add something, because before you're doing marketing, you have to build your IP, intellectual property. And that's when people are going to attach emotionally to something, like the whole, because people were talking about Apple, and I worked in market research with big brands. It's like, if we start doing that now, we can just shoot in the dark, because like, who are the people that are really connecting to this, and then you can plan around that. And I'm going to throw this to, I don't know who said about bringing more women here, and I think the females in the community should come together and have a conversation on how can we do that more. Like, how did you get in? What did you find out, and how to make it easier for other women to come in the community? So those were my 2 points. And maybe the main focus. The second one is how can we bring more females to the community?
Thank you.
If I could make another comment, I'm sorry. So it's not about, there was a comment made a minute ago about if you're unhappy and don't vote and just give up on your ape wife. I don't think that's very professional. I think if we agree to disagree, and also
that comment. I just want to say that comment wasn't made by any of the members of the team. Right. We can't control someone who comes up and says something like,
because we're here.
So I will apologize for that. Yeah.
No, it's okay. We're here to build the community, right? And come together.
We are 5,000 people with 5,000 opinions, so it's okay to disagree as long as it's being done in a polite, so to say, way. I do think that the energy I at least felt it from all of you, and we've lasted for 2 hours, which is unbelievable. Most of the talks don't even last for 1 hour. So I thank you all for coming up, and I thank you all for staying for such a long time. I do appreciate your time and efforts. I know that it's not easy. And I do believe that in the short term, mid term, and long term, we all will see a lot of process and a lot of progress going forward. And I can only hope that you will be very excited by everything that we have for you. And I mean, I know I am excited. Yeah, maybe I'm a bit in love with DAW and with the Desperate Apewives, since both Archer and myself are doing it for 3 months already. 1,000% of the time. But I'm sure that you will share the same excitement with us, and we look forward for what's to come.
Yeah, definitely. And I just want to reiterate that I communicate constantly with the team and with Gardner, and I know I'm a voice behind a microphone here, but we engage and we've really built a family here, and I can completely back what has been said and what we are setting out to achieve. And everyone, we respect everyone and what you bring to this community, and we thank you all for really expressing yourselves, and expressing your opinions and making it known, because it's these sorts of things that we can take and we can go in action. I really appreciate it. So, thank you everybody for what you have had to say here today. And Gardner, thank you for all the information you've told us and for everything. It's been 2 hours, just over 2 hours.
Yes, and until next time, and from a marketing point of view, let's go make some noise on Twitter and show them who we are, and show them our beautiful DAWs. And I wish everyone, a nice day. I don't know where you are in the world. Here it's 2 a.m. in the morning. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for our amazing team. We couldn't have done it without you.
Guys, there was someone else who wanted to ask a question, Ernesto, and he didn't. So if we can just give him a few minutes and everything.
No problem. We'll speak to
him. Sorry, Ernesto. Yes, here we go. He should be able to come up now.
Okay.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Wait, give me one. Okay, now can y'all hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I know it's late for y'all. And no, I was waiting to speak, but I didn't want to interrupt anyone, and I'll make this quick. So basically, I'm a young investor in this project. I don't have much money to spend. I don't have much money to lose. So, putting all my faith into this project. And with all the ape derivatives that are coming out, trying to be like BAYC, MAYC, and a lot of those people who own those apes really don't like non-official derivatives from, the official BAYC. How can we differentiate ourselves from, those derivatives like, Fat Ape Club or Party Ape Clubs or Little Baby Ape Club, whatever? How can we differentiate ourselves to not appear as we're just trying to use their name or their, brand to try to get more people on board and trying to, raise the price and trying to get, this project moving forward? That's my question.
So, first of all, it's a very good question. Thank you for coming up. I think, I don't like to speak on other people. I don't want people to speak about, about me. I don't want to speak about other people. I can tell you that if I look at the Desperate Apewives, if you look about the quality, people bring up derivative. People don't understand what a derivative is. And most of the times, because the Board API Club were here first, so in a way, all other projects, it's very easy to say that they are a derivative. I can tell you that both Archer and myself, yes, we were inspired by them. And it's okay to be inspired. Most of the biggest artists in the 20th century, they worked together, literally in the same studios. They were inspired by one another. and they created things which, in a way, if you look at it, you say it was similar, but it's totally different. So I think that the quality of the art speaks for itself. I mean, I'm not going to say anything about all those other projects which you have mentioned about the art, but I think that our art and where I come from, and the fact that Archer is 7 or 8 years professional artist, I think that for us the quality of the art was the first and most important thing, and I think that we have achieved that, as you all mention on a daily basis. And then I think that none of the other projects think the way that we think. If you think about utility, that everybody are talking about utility, I don't really see utility, not even in the biggest project out there today. And this is what how we want to do it a bit different, not better, but different. You know, even Steve Jobs said that it's not a better computer; he did it differently. So I think that when we will implement and achieve all our goals of doing things different and collaborating with real life and online and metaverse and so on. So this will itself differentiate us from other projects. Yes, that's it.
Okay, thank you. And one more thing, you're from Israel, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, I might be going there in March or April, so if I do, I'll DM you.
With pleasure.
We'll meet up. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that. I just want to say, Cree, one of the honourables, sent a message in earlier. I'll tell you what we mentioned after this. It was mentioned what we've got in store for in like more short-term things and in Discord stuff. So yeah, I'll be able to tell you afterwards.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah. So I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you everyone for coming up. Thank you for speaking. Thank you for asking the questions. And yeah, I'm not going to do a double wrap up because I wrapped up earlier. But
until next time.
Yeah, we'll close off there. See you all on the next AMA in the Discord next week. Remember the spaces on Friday. And yeah, we'll see you guys all soon. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.